All right, so I'm in my stage here. I've got my 3 different kind of cycles. I have just the background, I have the entrance of the character, and then I have the combined cycle of the character moving within the moving background. Whole time the background's moving. This is fairly ambitious, right? So now let's see if it all works. Make frames from layers. Get rid of that background plate. Set the timing on all of it. 0.3 seconds. Get rid of the walk cycle that I'll use next. And play it through. Beautiful mist rising. Character comes in. Good. So now, all that works. We're good. Because I'm going to be adding new things, I'm going to turn that off. Now, we start building directly here now within the stage, because I've got everything I need. So I'm going to turn on frame 1. Okay, with frame 8, and I'm going to turn. Actually, here, I think I can do this without too much difficulty. I'm going to make a new cycle just within the stage. See if you can follow along with me. All right, so I'm going to take the opacity down of frame 1. Because I want to make it look like it kind of appears. No, I don't want that because I don't want it to freeze the water. Okay, so this is what I want. Frame 1 is there, but now I want to go back to my clean plate behind. Oh, bummer. Oh, that's really cool. So because I got rid of all this land, you'll see in the animation we did that the character adds land. So that's why, planning is so key to this. And it's annoying that I forget these choices I made. So let's see. So what's cool is there's no land there because it makes it a nicer landscape. And then the land suddenly appears. And I was saying that's cool because it'd be nice if the land kind of came in with him, but it comes in a little bit too abruptly. So how can we fix that? We find that moment when the land appears, and we see which frames are actually turned on. So right now it's just that frame, but I want to turn on the frame that was behind it for that same, or that layer that was behind it for that same frame. Then I'm going to fade it in a little bit, just by taking the opacity down to about 50%. So we'll go from this to this. Maybe that's a little too strong. Let's take it down to like 30%. This really will look like the camouflage. Okay, so about to there. Then we go to here. I'm going to do the same thing. Turn this on behind it. Take this to about 50%. And because my creature is supposed to be a magical creature, oh, I'm on the wrong layer there. Oh no, that's the right layer. Now to about 70%. And by the time we get to here, put it at 90%, where we see the creature fully, its whole head, we won't even notice that the background appeared around it. So that works. That kind of brings growth and moss along with it. Okay, good, we've got that. Now let's see if I can build from there while the frames are still here. And I'll show you some of the advantages now, just using our stage and our assets. So now I'm going to change to this frame next. So I need to say new frame, turn on this one, and start, let's see, let's also turn on this one. Actually, let's go to the very bottom. Give myself a background. And then start fading out that land here. Okay, and then at the same time, I'm going to dim the opacity of this guy. Not quite so much. And actually, maybe I don't want frame 1 at all. Maybe I want frame 2. No, I do want frame 1. So I want him kind of standing still and proud. Okay, and these are called transition frames. Kind of fading something in. The problem is I don't want the water to stay still. So that's why I have these background frames to change. So as I take the opacity down on these other ones, it will still feel dynamic. Okay, now I'll make a duplicate from there. And in this frame, I'm going to start my transformation. So if you remember from my storyboard, I haven't done any of the transforming yet, any of the actual change. I've just animated the background, animated the character, and then introduced the character into the background. Very simple, but the whole assignment is to transform your character. Come on, where is it? There it is. So I need to start making that character glow, and this is how I can do it. If you double click on your frame, you can start. Actually, I have an idea before I do that. Here we go. So this is the problem with doing this. This is kind of some of the issues. I want the feet to still be under the water. So how can I do that? I could, but instead, in this case, I can just erase out those feet a little bit, because these are the final frames. So if I have a layer turned on underneath, where the setting is, oh, but then it would hurt that image later on. Yeah, never mind. You can't erase in your stage. I'd have to go back to assets to do that. So I was just trying something out, just thinking about something. Okay, so let me check it. Yeah, I knew I'd probably mess something up. Let's play it through. The setting animates, the creature comes, it all blurs in nicely, the water stays moving. We get to here. It's a big jump. So I'm going to actually start from here. I'm going to get rid of this frame entirely. And I'm going to build a new frame. Using this position. Yeah, that will work. Fading this one out a little bit. I would use the background plate, but I don't want to lose all of the this setting right away. Okay, so this works pretty well. A little clunky, but it goes by fast. Okay, so now starting with frame 1, I'm going to double click on it, just on the layer, and I'm going to add what's called a color overlay. I'm going to choose the color, and I want it to glow kind of yellowish. It's very subtle. And I'm going to set that to screen mode. And I'm going to take its opacity down pretty low, about 25. Okay, so what does that do? Adds a little bit of a glow to it all of a sudden. So it goes from this to this. Maybe take its opacity up a little bit higher. Its next step forward, it starts to glow. And on this, I'm going to erase out its feet a little bit, so it still looks like it's underwater. And as I erase out, the glow will not extend to what I've erased. So that's helpful. But I can add other effects as well. So if I don't want that glow to be as strong, I can just take it down slightly. And then I want an outer glow to start. And the outer glow, let's see, maybe that pink is nice. Shift its size a little bit bigger, and then I can take its opacity down. So it's very subtle. This little glow is going to start. And I have complete control how strong these are. And I can make this a lot more complicated and add drop shadows and add lots of these other effects that you're welcome to play with. But for now, I'm going to keep it pretty simple. So a change is beginning. Okay, now start a new frame. And I'm going to move these effects now to my next frame. I've already got them built into this frame, so I'm good. Now I move those effects to frame 2. I take its opacity up. And I start to fade this one out even more. And this is how I'm keeping the water going. By changing these backgrounds. And now this time I take the effects and I push them a little bit further in opacity. You don't even need to be that exact about it. So you see what's happening? Goes from there to there to there, starts to glow. Starts to glow more. And I'm going to erase those feet out as well. So it still looks like a little bit like it's in the water. Yeah. Okay, now make a new frame. Move the effects to frame 3. Shift this opacity back down even less. And change this again. So now I'm going to rely on that background cycle with the mist rising. I think that'll be nice. I'm going to erase the feet out on frame 3. Just enough so it still looks like it's underwater. Oh, and then the one thing I'm missing is that I need them to be moving, right? So it's here to here. So let me move this one back a little. It's easy to do. As long as I'm in the frame that I'm affecting.